Imagine, if you will, a world where emotions are like mischievous squirrels scampering through the forest of your mind, darting about, causing chaos, nibbling on your sanity, and occasionally leaving little presents that you'd rather not step in. Now, picture art as the ultimate squirrel trap, not one of those cruel snap traps, but a clever, humane contraption, baited with colors, shapes, words, and sounds, designed to lure those furry feelings in, capture them gently, and hold them up for inspection. Art exists to trap emotions, you say? Oh, dear reader, buckle up for a rollicking ride through this idea, a narration that's part philosophical deep dive, part stand-up comedy routine, and all wrapped in a bow of edutainment. We'll dissect it like a frog in biology class, minus the formaldehyde smell, laugh at the absurdity of human feelings, and emerge wiser, chuckling, and perhaps a tad more appreciative of that weird painting your aunt hung in her bathroom. Let's start at the beginning, because every good trap needs a solid foundation. The phrase, "art exists to trap emotions," isn't some ancient proverb chiseled into a cave wall. Though if it were, it'd probably be next to a stick-figure hunter chasing a mammoth, symbolizing primal rage or hunger pangs. No, this is a fresh spin on why humans have been scribbling on walls, carving statues, and belting out tunes since we figured out how to stand upright without toppling over. Art isn't just pretty pictures or earworms, it's emotional containment unit. Think about it. Emotions are slippery beasts. Joy bubbles up like soda fizz, anger erupts like a volcano with indigestion, sorrow seeps in like a leaky faucet at 3 a.m. Without a way to pin them down, they'd overrun us like an army of caffeinated toddlers. Art steps in as the emotional wrangler, lassoing those feelings and preserving them in amber, or canvas, or verse, for eternity. It's like cryogenically freezing your heartbreak so future generations can thaw it out and say, wow, people back then were just as messy as we are. To make this analytic, because we're not just here for giggles, we're here to learn, darn it. Let's break it down psychologically. Enter stage left, Sigmund Freud, the bearded grandpa of psychoanalysis, who might argue that art is a sublimation station, a fancy way of saying we channel our inner demons into something socially acceptable, instead of, say, throwing tantrums in board meetings. But let's go deeper, shall we? Modern neuroscience tells us emotions light up the brain like a Christmas tree on steroids. The amygdala fires for fear, the nucleus accumbens for pleasure. Art traps these by mirroring them back at us, creating a feedback loop. When you gaze at Van Gogh's Starry Night, you're not just seeing swirly blues and yellows, you're trapping your own sense of turbulent wonder or isolation. Van Gogh himself was a master trapper. His post-impressionist whirls captured the raw frenzy of his mental storms, turning personal turmoil into universal bait. Educational nugget. Did you know Van Gogh painted over 2,000 artworks in a decade, yet sold only one in his lifetime? Talk about emotions trapped in obscurity. His feelings were bottled up tighter than a genie in a lamp, only to explode in value posthumously. If that's not a cosmic joke, I don't know what is. Now for a dash of humor, imagine emotions as actual critters in a cartoonish art gallery heist. Picture Envy, that green-eyed goblin, slinking toward a Renaissance portrait of a smug nobleman. Bam! Trapped in the gilded frame, forever sneering at lesser mortals. Or Lust, the flirty fox getting snagged by Botticelli's Birth of Venus, where she's condemned to eternal seashell posing. "Help, I'm objectified," she'd wail, but too late, the trap sprung. And don't get me started on Boredom, the sloth-like blob who wanders into a minimalist modern art exhibit, you know, the one with a single white dot on a white canvas, and yawns itself into oblivion. Art doesn't just trap, it taxidermies emotions, stuffing them with meaning and mounting them on the wall of culture. Why funny? Because humans are ridiculous. We pay millions for these traps. Take Damien Hirst's shark in Formaldehyde, the physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living. That's not art, that's a pickled emotion bomb of mortality dread, swimming in a tank like a bad sushi decision, sold for $12 million. If that's not trapping buyer's remorse, nothing is. Shifting gears to the educational lane, let's tour history's greatest emotion traps. Ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs? Traps for awe and reverence, embalming pharaohs' egos alongside their organs. The Greeks with their marble gods, capturing idealized beauty to trap our insecurities. Why can't I look like Apollo? Oh right, because I eat baklava. Fast forward to the Romantic era, Wordsworth's poems trap the sublime terror of nature, like in Tinternabby, where he basically says, "Hey, ruins make me feel nostalgic and tiny. Want to join?" Analytic point. This trapping serves evolution. By externalizing emotions, art fosters empathy. Studies from psychology, shout out to mirror neuron theory, show that when we engage with art, our brains simulate the trapped emotions, building social bonds. It's why crying at a sad movie feels cathartic. Aristotle called it catharsis, a purging. Entertainment twist, imagine Aristotle at a rom-com screening, popcorn in hand, muttering, "Yes, purge that rom angst, you plebeians." But wait, there's more, because this narration is long and detailed, like a director's cut of a film that should have ended 20 minutes ago. In the modern era, art's traps have gone digital and meta. Memes? Tiny emotion mousetraps baited with irony. That distracted boyfriend meme traps jealousy and temptation in a single stock photo. Hilarious, relatable, and oh so analytic of human fickleness. Or Banksy's street art. His shredded girl with balloon at auction, a trap for shock and capitalism critique, turning love, the balloon heart, into confetti chaos. Funny aside, the buyer still paid $1.4 million for half a painting. Talk about getting emotionally shredded yourself. Educationally, this highlights art's role in social commentary. Art traps collective emotions too, like Picasso's Guernica, ensnaring the horror of war in jagged black and white agony. Painted in 1937 after the bombing of a Basque town, it doesn't just depict suffering, it imprisons it, forcing viewers to confront humanity's dark side. Analytic lens? Semiotics here. Symbols like the bull, brutality, and horse, innocence, act as bars in the emotional cage. Art as an emotional Venus flytrap. You know, that carnivorous plant that lures bugs with sweet nectar, then snaps shut? Emotions are the flies, buzzing with energy, drawn to art's allure. A symphony by Beethoven traps fury and triumph. Listen to Symphony No. 5. Da-da-da-dum. That's fate knocking, or maybe your ex. A novel like 1984 by Orwell snares paranoia and rebellion, its pages like sticky leaves digesting dystopian dread. Funny scenario. Imagine your emotions at an art therapy session. Anger, the hot-headed rhino, charges into a clay sculpture, splat, trapped in a wonky vase. Sadness, the weepy walrus, dives into a watercolor, blubbery blues forever. And happiness? That elusive butterfly flits into a pop art explosion, like Warhol's soup cans, turning mundane joy into iconic repetition. Emotional Campbell's. Comfort food for the soul. Let's role play. You're at a museum, staring at Munch's The Scream. Suddenly, the figure whispers, "Psst, help, I'm trapped in existential dread. Get me out of here." You laugh, but then realize that's you in there. Your own silent scream from that time you forgot your anniversary. Art's trap is a mirror, folks, reflective and sneaky. Why does art exist? To trap emotions. Analytically, it's survival. By containing feelings, we process, share, and evolve. Educationally, it teaches resilience. Think how Frida Kahlo trapped her pain in self-portraits, turning broken bones into unbreakable icons. Entertainingly, it's a cosmic prank. The universe gave us hearts that feel too much, then handed us paintbrushes to mop up the mess. Unique moral? In a world of fleeting tweets and instant gratification, art's traps are time capsules, preserving the human spirit's squirrely essence. So, next time you feel overwhelmed, grab a canvas or crank up a playlist. Set your own trap. Who knows, you might catch something profound. Or at least a good laugh.